with a review of a couple of things from Coastal Scents. If you guys haven't heard about it or are not familiar with it, Coastal Scents, I believe, is only available online. It's a very budget-friendly, inexpensive makeup line. I believe they sell a lot of products. I think they do foundations, but the things that I have and the things that I wanted to talk about today were their eyeshadow palettes and their blush. So what I do have is the 88 original palette from Coastal Scents. This is what it looks like when you open the palette. It has a nice little mirror and 88 different eyeshadows that range in color, and they range in finish. I may have already mentioned that. So you have a good selection of matte colors, a lot of satin finish, which have just, you know, I guess that it has a little bit of shine to them, but they're not quite shimmery. And you have also a few shimmer colors. So just to swatch it for you guys, I'll pick random colors because obviously I can't pick or swatch all 88, but just at random. That doesn't swatch very well at all. This is this color right here, and I think you can barely tell. That's a mid-tone brown. To do a color, that's a color right there, a green. You can do a nice purpley pink. Let's do a red. That's a really good one as far as color payoff. Whoops. And here they are on my arm. You can't see, I don't remember, I think that was the mid-tone. I don't think you can't see that at all. Swatching them it kind of comes off differently than they do on your eyes when you use a brush. A lot of them swatch pretty well. Some of them, when you swatch them with your finger, they don't translate at all. I used them today for the look that I'm wearing, and I was actually very impressed. Before I go on talking about the quality, I want to mention the price. Like I said, it's very budget friendly. I believe that this entire palette, this 88 shadows that you get, I will put the total amount, the exact amount below, but I believe it was $12 or $11 for 88 shadows. And like I said, you get a good selection of mattes and shimmers, and so a nice mix to choose from. I think using this palette right here, you can pretty much come up with any eye look you want. I went for kind of a more colorful one just to experiment with the colors to see how they translate. I tried to start out with more neutral colors, so I used kind of a gold and yellow right on my lid, and then I went over in the crease with a mid-tone to see how it would look if you wanted to create just a a neutral brown look. And then I went over that with more colors. I used a purple and a pink on the edges, and also I went in with a just a very, very light, almost skin tone, to see how that would work as a blending out color or a brow bone color. And that's the look that I came up with right here, and I'm actually very, very impressed. I didn't expect it from such an inexpensive palette. It's very, very surprising. I do think that if you're starting out, or if you don't have a whole lot of makeup and you want to play around with colors and you want a wide selection, this is definitely the way to go. For $12 you get an amazing selection of colors and a decent quality. They're not, Urban Decay eyeshadow that'll be super crazy pigmented, but they are pretty impressive for what you get, for what you pay for. I feel like you absolutely need to have a primer on your eyes before you use this, otherwise you wouldn't get a whole lot of color payoff at all. And also I feel that when you use a brush to kind of pack the color on your lid, it translates a lot better than when you try to swatch it with your finger. So don't be deceived by the swatches that I showed you. They were pretty random and not very impressive. But overall, my review of the eyeshadow palette, very, very positive. Also from Coastal Scents, I got their Coastal Scents 10 blush palette, and this is what it looks like inside. It doesn't have a mirror, which is fine. I never really use mirrors in palettes, so it's not a huge deal to me. But it has 10 different, blush colors. They range from your kind of neutral mauve-y to bright pink and, purpley tones. These things are pigmented. They are kind of crazy how pigmented they are. Look, it's ridiculous. It's good, but it's kind of ridiculous. This one isn't, come off very well, but it's also a lighter shade. So, this is how they look, and let me try to swatch my hand to see how they trend. Oh yeah, look at that. That is crazy. They are powdery. So that's, you can see like powder right here. So that's one negative. You have to be very careful when you use your brush to pick up the color and apply it to your cheek, because they are powdery, there is fallout. And also, if you're going to be not very careful about just tapping your brush and putting it on your cheek, you're going to look like a clown. It's so easy to overdo it with these blushes because they are so pigmented that you have to be very, very, very light-handed when you apply it. You probably have to tap the blush and then tap your brush off on your hand or somewhere else and then put it on your cheek, because these things are like crazy pigmented. And before I got this palette, I got at a different time separate little blush pods, and I got them in 4 different colors. These things are like, I think $3 or $4 each, and again, I'll put the exact prices below just so I'm telling the truth. But these things are really, really inexpensive, and same thing with these blush colors as well. They are like super pigmented. The color I have in this one is Poetic. I'll swatch all of them for you guys. There they are in my fingers. So very impressive for the price. The only caution I would give you guys is to be super, super careful when putting it on your face, because they are so pigmented you will look like a clown if you just use it as any old regular blush that we're accustomed to. And I think I forgot to mention the 10 blush palette also was like $10 or $11. It was very inexpensive. I'll put everything down below just to be exact. I will also, it kind of bugs me when people swatch blushes with their fingers and try to show you what it looks like, because obviously it's not how it's going to look on your face. You don't put your finger and then put it on your cheek. You use a brush. So I will make swatches with a brush and then include the picture after or right now, just to show you guys what the different blush colors will look like on your face if you use a brush to apply it, which is what everyone does. But yeah, it's pretty impressive. Overall, my opinion of the Coastal Scents brand is pretty positive. I think the thing that tips it over and makes it positive is the fact that it's so inexpensive, and virtually anyone can afford it. If you need some makeup and you're not looking to spend a whole lot of money, definitely try these out. I really enjoyed. I use the blush very, very often, not as much as the eyeshadow, but that's probably because I have a lot of other eyeshadow palettes that are easily accessible that I can use at any time, that I'm more used to. So that's my kind of take on it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, if you guys used it, if you tried it, if you liked it, or if you didn't. And if you want to see any other reviews of certain products, really, really glad to hear from you guys. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.